Hello internet, my name is Vic. Welcome to a thing. I don't know what these are anymore. I'm just, as I come up with stuff to talk about, I talk about it. This one just so happens to be XY Chronicles. I'm going to talk about the different forms of testosterone that I've taken. They're both injections. If you're wanting to know about patches or gel, this is not the place. I started off with intermuscular shots. Those are with a longer needle that go into your thigh. That one is just like straight to your muscle. I didn't exactly care what I was going to be doing. In my mind, it was like, it's a needle, so it's going to suck either way. I'd say for like the first year, it wasn't that bad. I had a little bit of anxiety before shot day, but I was ultimately like, okay. I knew that I needed it to transition. With shots, it was just like one and done. Like, I have my shot for the week. I don't have to worry about it anymore until next week. That was a lava lamp. I started getting anxiety about taking a shot. My fat was starting to redistribute. Basically, within the first year, your fat is consciously like figuring out where it needs to go. After that year and maybe some change, your body, like if you gain weight, it just goes there instead of like having to redirect itself. I know that in a lot of my like earlier pictures, because I'm almost 2 years, I'll be 2 years on T next month. In my like year pictures, I noticed that I have more of a chubby, like baby face, 9 months, 10. I have like really prominent cheeks. Like my face is just like round. As I've progressed, my face is more shaped now than it was like a year ago. It's like still changing. It's still different. That's why when I post updates on Instagram, I like to do, day one, a year from today, and then today. It's just something I like to see. I don't post them to like put it in everyone's face. This is something that I want to be able to look back on every aspect of it. Pre everything, I was like really like, I just say cringy. The only thing I knew I could do was make videos and talk about what I wanted to be doing or where I wanted to be. That helped me feel better. I've always viewed like my YouTube as kind of just an outlet. Not necessarily like content, but it's more like just literally vlogs. Can't really write anymore. I've tried to get back into it, but it's difficult. Partially because it hurts my hands to write. These are good. I like editing. I feel like I could have done way worse things than just post embarrassingly raw, open YouTube videos. I'm not ashamed about being raw, open, honest, whatever. I wish that there was some stuff that I just kind of like was more collected about. That was a lava lamp. I'm gonna just continuously make that reference forever, for the rest of my life. To me, it's insane. The more I check shit out and like see how I'm different, the better. I've had a lot of issues lately with getting carded places. People genuinely don't believe me, and that feels really good, but it also is just really fucking annoying because then I have to explain it. I know I don't have to, like, in any way, shape, or form. I don't have to do shit. I'm not the face of the community or anything like that, and I don't in any way want to be. Because that's a lot of pressure. When people come in contact with me and find out that I'm trans, the image I want to portray is not like, oh, look at me, I'm trans. Whenever I have to disclose that I'm trans to people just so I can buy a bottle of liquor, I want them to know that I'm just an average person. It was about a year and some change in to where I started to get nervous about the size of the needle. Honestly, stabbing something this long, give or take, still very lengthy, into your leg is not exactly like a calming feeling. I did it for a hot minute. Oh, okay. Sub-Q just seemed more, it was just a needle. Like, that was it. It doesn't hurt. And it's great. It's easier. And I feel like because I've been keeping a consistent shot schedule with myself, there was a minute there where I wasn't taking regular shots. I was just kind of like putting it off and like blowing it off because I didn't really feel like it and I wasn't really motivated enough to do it. Just kind of feel stuck. I'm not saying I don't see change because I definitely see change. I really hear change in my voice a lot. Like, that's a big area. And my facial hair is a huge area. This is starting to come up here more instead of just like just down here. Especially right here. You see it? That's new. That whole patch. But all of that, I have to like trim, and maintain. But yeah, so the fuck, I'm trying to connect the points in my brain. This is why I should really like write down what I want to talk about before I talk about it. Where there's like nothing really happening, nothing really noticeable. It's just like things are just kind of maintaining and managing, which is great. This is the rest of my life kind of shit. I can't just stop and be like, I'm done. I just want to keep taking testosterone because I want to see where I get. It feels like a different lifetime. That was a lava lamp. I was just misgendered so fucking much. It was so draining and so mentally like heavy. And it was like, I just want to pass. It didn't even take a year. It was like as soon as my voice started getting deeper and I started getting wider and taking up more space. Now people tell me, wow, I wouldn't even fucking guess, dude. A friend of mine that I grew up with, he always asks how my parents didn't know. He's been the most like unsurpassed person in this whole like process that's known me for that long. And I told him when he found out, he was like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. And I was like, what the fuck, you knew? Why didn't you fucking like let me in on that? I could have done well to know. So I didn't spend like more than half my life identifying as the wrong gender. If you could go back and talk to your whatever age old self and tell them something, what would you tell them? I would just be like, dude, like you are a man. There's a reason you're terrified of puberty, because you know you're gonna have the wrong one. You're gonna like do some really dumb shit and get involved with really dumb people. And I'm not even gonna tell you what the fuck they are, because you still need to do them. You need to go through them. But I am gonna tell you that like, hey, there's like medicine for you. There's people who are gonna support you and help you through your shit. And like, if I told myself that like when I was 10, I don't remember a lot of my childhood because I blocked a lot of it out because trauma. That was a lot of the lamp. Cut the camera. I'm really looking forward to this 2-year like thing of my transition, you know? And it's also like, I felt like I had fallen off, but I feel more comfortable to get back on now. Progress is not linear. It's all over the place. Hang in there. Because it's worth it. I promise.